Welcome to the Downtown, brought to you by Arlington Citizen Media. I am Gerald Fitz Jr., and across the internet for me is...
Hi, I'm Rody John, and across the interwebs for me is...
Amy.
On today's show, we talked to Kyle Hessler, the owner of Pele Pro Wrestling, which we get into how to discuss it in the interview. But we also talk about the event happening this Saturday at 7 p.m. at the 360 Arena, State of Emergency. We also talk about what's coming up on their calendar, how Arlington is now the home base for Pele Pro Wrestling, and what that means for the community.
That's
So
cool.
you
can
fun
go
interview.
into those.
Rody-
can go to those events. What's it like?
Rody doesn't just go to them, though.
Yes, as we uncover within this interview, I do in fact work for Pele Pro Wrestling.
Look at that.
I am the number 2 guy in the company. Don't know how that happened, but
He's the Triple H of that company. You hear that?
I'm going to have a developmental.
Dreams coming true every day.
Literally
Right here in the American Dream City.
I think we need a Dusty Rhodes tie-in as well. We're going to figure it out.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I think Cody might be a little big for us. We might get Dustin though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all going to go see some wrestling tomorrow, so
Sure.
maybe we could ask him if we run into him.
That would be if I ran into Cody. That would be the first thing I'd talk.
Cool.
Not his neck tattoo or anything.
No, not at all.
Or why he doesn't put anyone over.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. He's put
Inside jokes.
a couple of people over. All right, Rody, you did something pretty cool this weekend. What did you do?
I did. So Jambo's Barbecue out on Division, they had a Jambo's Texan eating competition. Now, as Daryl knows, I am a 2-time champion of another eating championship competition we used to do.
I'm also a 2-time champion.
Super Monster Throwdown is what we used to do. So I was the judge this time at Jambo's. What they were looking for was somebody from the Arlington Police Department, or somebody from the Sheriff's Department, and somebody from the Arlington Fire Department. However, the fire department did not show up, but it's fine. This is going to be an annual event, and so hopefully next year. Plus, it was for a good cause. All the departments donated stuff to Mission Arlington and other great charities. So what they had was somebody from the Arlington Police Department and 2 people from the Sheriff's Department. So, which was even better because Sheriff Wayburn was there. Couldn't have been nicer. And very impressive mustache in person.
Yeah, he's our Tarrant County Sheriff, and he's got a great hat every time that I've seen him.
Yeah.
And he is really sweet. I've met him too. Very nice guy.
For those that don't know, what is on that sandwich? Because when you say it's a barbecue competition, this is like an eating competition, right?
It's an eating competition, yes.
Right.
So they had bologna, which is about the size of some people's hamburger patty.
Oh, my.
They had
We're not done.
Oh, yeah. Bologna, brisket. There was pulled pork on there. There was sausage, rib. So obviously you got to take that off and eat around the bone. You're not going to just chomp into that. And there's bun on either side of it.
And sandwich between like 2 pieces of like Texas toast or something like that, right?
Yeah, not just regular bread. It's like Texas toast thick bread.
It's like a mountain of meat.
It's basically a meat coma is what they should. But they had 10 minutes to do so. The Arlington Police Department, JP, congratulations. He was the winner. He had the smart idea. He ate everything around the bologna and worked on that one last. So the other guys kind of got stuck on the ribs and the bologna trying to get through all that, but it was fun to watch. And I believe next year it's going to be even bigger and better.
Bigger sandwich?
No.
It's a double Big Texan.
Could you imagine? Do you remember that show, Man vs. Food?
Yeah.
And then he had to quit because he was having like cholesterol problems.
Yeah, I mean, when you eat that much food, that'll happen. But it looks so good. So, and that same with those Big Texan sandwiches look so good too.
Yeah, and check out our social media for pictures of that event.
Yes.
We are welcoming back Kyle Hessler from Pale Pro Wrestling. How are you today?
I'm good, sir, but I gotta correct you, especially if you're gonna work for me.
Oh, okay. Go
It's
ahead.
Pele.
See, I keep hearing it's Pele. I hear sometimes it looks like pale, so
Yeah.
I don't.
So like it works out on Google searches that it comes up either way.
Yeah.
But God bless Chandler Hopkins, he always puts it over. But it's I'm trying to on Twitter and stuff put the correct pronunciation. It's Pele, just like the soccer player.
Yeah.
So.
See, I say all of them, so I don't. But
so
I also hear other guys say them, so I'm like, oh crap,
So
am I
like
saying it wrong?
the funny thing is, like, I think I've told you the story. It's like it's from the Bible,
Right.
So it's there's a passage in Ephesians: we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the principalities. And I just looked up what that word is because it's not used a whole lot in the New Testament.
Yeah.
And the Greek word is spelled P-A-L-E with the little
tilde.
Yeah, a tilde.
Yeah.
Not an accent, a tilde. Yeah, you're right.
Wow.
But it's Old Greek.
Right.
So like, who the hell?
Yeah.
You know, who knows how you actually pronounce it? So we're gonna try to put over Pele.
There you go.
And God help me if I've told you guys the wrong way. And
Well, I've just heard
I
other
know.
guys while working the
You know
shows.
what though?
Yeah.
It's like a kind of a weird, funny like. It's gotten over, and the
Yeah.
funny thing is like, you know, it's kind of got a weird buzz where it's like. That Pele or Pele, or like real Texans will go like that Pale Pro,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
you know.
Pale Pro, especially when it was illegal. People were
yeah.
like, oh, it's like the beer.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
exactly.
oh, no, not
So,
really. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it worked out because like any Google search, like there is actually a Pale Pro like brewery or something
Oh, okay.
like that.
That makes sense.
But like it's spelt differently. But it used to be the top Google search. But now you do any version of Pale Pro or Pale Pro or whatever, we come up first. So
okay.
kind of we've cornered their market on Pale
Yeah.
Pale Pro.
Well, now legal has to get on top of making a Pale Pro. For,
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That'd
be
awesome.
such a great,
That would be.
a great collaboration.
Well, we'll get with
Like-
Greg and Kelly. Maybe they'll get a.
Yeah, let's shout out Legal Draft. Love those guys.
Oh, legal draft all day. Yeah. We love Division as well. We love all breweries, but legal gave you guys the first two shows a place to showcase the wrestlers in the show, and so
And what a cool place to do it.
oh, it's
Oh,
fantastic.
it's so much great. Like it was a little cluttered.
Right.
I mean, in a sense, it's not like their fault or whatever. But like we weren't at the time. I hadn't set up like all the cool production, like the lights and stuff. But everyone that worked from us, from like Mike Bennett to even Lance Archer, who didn't wrestle, he did like an autograph signing at the first show. I was like, this is really cool. Like it's a good setup and stuff, and we'll miss them. Like that would have been our home base, and but let's just the reason is they're expanding their operations.
Yeah,
so.
which is
Which
a
is
good
a good
thing.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So big shout out to them. Love
Right.
those guys, Greg and Kelly, like you said,
Yeah.
sponsors of Pele Pro. So
And maybe in the future, maybe a parking lot show. Who knows?
November 20th.
Yeah. But speaking of which, July 24th, State of Emergency is the next show. What can you tell us about this?
Okay, so we gotta say it right. It's state of emergency.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta get
State
your pro
of
wrestling
Emergency.
voice on.
Yeah.
The Saturday night monster truck guy.
Yeah.
State of emergency. But no, it's man. I'm just excited. We're back up and running. It looks like we'll be. We've got dates pretty much 6 to 8 weeks every. Man,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're back. We took a little break while my son was born.
That's he was
Which
telling us.
congratulations
Thank
again, by
you.
the way.
Yeah. Great.
Man,
little-
juggling fatherhood and pro wrestling.
Dude, it's fun. I didn't release it on social media because it's really just for friends and family and myself.
Right.
But I've got this lovely photo that John's in where
Oh, yeah.
it's like Jeff Cobb, Mike Bennett, Sam Adonis, Cam Cole, Fuego, all these guys that I just love working with, and we're taking a photo with me holding my baby.
Oh, that's so
And it's
cool.
like
So awesome.
it's like it totally breaks kayfabe and stuff, but it's like I'll cherish that forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love
Why
that
wouldn't
photo.
you?
Yeah.
You gotta blow that up. Put that in the living room.
Yeah, I thought about getting that frame because it was the first show I actually officially worked
Yeah.
for. So a little peek behind the scene.
Yeah.
I do actually work for Pele Pro Wrestling as well.
He's my number 2.
I am number 2. So lifelong dream working in wrestling,
It is.
and here we are.
I'm a lifelong friend. I can tell you.
Yeah. So it was amazing. I initially wanted to get like everybody to autograph the flyer, and so I could frame that. But I was like, I'm not going to be like, oh, can I have your
No,
autograph? Yeah.
you definitely do it because I have
Okay.
the February one. I had most guys sign it, and
Oh,
I just
cool.
spaced on it. Like,
Right.
We were so like now John's been You've been backstage for.
So yeah, I worked the
3?
February show right before the snowstorm.
But you were at January, right?
No, January I actually had got COVID.
Oh, that's right.
So, well, I tested positive for COVID. I don't think I ever actually physically had it, but yeah, I didn't enforce limit because I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, get anybody else sick or whatever. And Lance was there, and I was like, he's kind of a big deal, so I can't.
But the February show, you worked backstage, and like at that point, we had figured out legal draft, so I was able to do a lot more. And like this last show at the 360 Arena.
Yeah, 360 Arena.
We had to figure out a lot of stuff.
Yes.
And that's kind of the, it's especially like that was also my first show where I was kind of the quote unquote senior promoter.
Right.
I usually had somebody kind of hand holding me before, and so we haven't had that, and so that last show we just didn't have time to do that. But you 100% like. Okay. I think you need to do that.
Yeah, I will. I think definitely the next one. Because, so this, for State of Emergency, the flyer for it is so fantastic because it's, Grand Theft Auto, Vice City kind of themed, and that's going to grab your attention. And then the guys you have on it, go through the names.
Fuego del Sol.
Yep. AEW Zone.
Yep. Well.
Wow. Hopefully. AEW Dark Zone.
Associated
yeah.
with. Of course, our champion Cam Cole, Calvin Tankman, and Richard Holiday, who are both on MLW.
Right.
We got Josh Alexander, who, if he defends his X Division title successfully, he'll be bringing that title to Power.
Yeah. And we just saw him on New Japan Strong, so.
Yeah. And we got Chandler Hopkins.
Yeah. Which has also appeared on AEW.
Correct.
With Lance Archer.
And then who am I? I feel like I'm forgetting one of the out-of-towners.
Oh, Ricardo.
Oh, yeah. Ricardo Rodriguez is going to be me. He's not written down because he's a special announcer. But
right.
He'll be doing like a special appearance and all that. Mm-hmm. So, Alberto Del Rio's. Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah.
His, the guy that said that will be there. So that'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And then we got a lot of great indie talent that haven't worked for me yet.
Right.
Or haven't been in Arlington. So pretty excited for some of those guys.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll go through that in a minute.
Yeah, once you were showing me who's all on this card, I was like, I don't really know who some of these guys are. And then I went on social media. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm in now.
The one guy for sure that really popped to me,
mm-hmm.
like he's, I'm just really excited to see what he can do. Is that Kevin Lee Davidson?
Oh yeah.
KLD. He is like a super athletic heavy man. So like he can do some.
I love those.
He can do guys. He can do that spot where like he throws the guy out the ropes, drops down, the guy bounces back, and then he springboard or he what do you call it? He jumps over them basically.
Oh yeah, leapfrog.
Yeah. Man,
yeah, he's like 300. I mean, he's like
some Keith Lee type stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. So pretty excited to work with him. Yeah, he's a good dude. He was a late addition, but really excited to have him. So. But not to mention, like, we got Gino Medina.
Yeah. Gino is fantastic. He's from kind of the Houston area, right? Or I've seen him work a lot down there.
Yeah, he's, I don't know if he was officially trained by Reality of Wrestling, but I know he trained with him for a while. I think his dad was a wrestler. I forget.
Okay. Yeah. I want to remember he is second generation.
Yeah, he's definitely, I'm pretty sure he's a second generation, but he's worked with, like, Booker T.
And he's also worked in MLW.
Yep. I think there's a bunch of guys working, I don't know when this will drop, but MLW's got their big return live show tonight in Philly.
Oh, right.
So, I don't know when this drops, but
this will drop the week of
our show. Yeah. So if you're hearing this now, definitely MLW's got a great product.
Oh man, so it's so good. We went when they were in North Richland Hills back before COVID.
Yeah.
And it was so hot in there, but the show was so good that like I didn't even. And I'd been watching MLW a lot because I've been watching their show on YouTube and stuff because it's an easy place to look at it. I love their product. Yeah. It is so fun. I tell him all the time. It reminds me of like ECW from back in the day. Yeah. Not as gritty. Like the production value is better, but like. The way that they do promos, the way that they do the in-ring stuff, it very much has like a 90s, mid-90s ECW feel to it.
Yeah. And I've been watching a bunch. They keep releasing old episodes of theirs from
back
post,
when Punk and Bryan Danielson was
and there's some cool stuff like Steve Corino was there.
Yeah. Oh, we actually saw ECW in 2001. They
Bronco Bowl.
Yeah, the Bronco Bowl. He actually has Steve Corino's water bottle.
I still have the water bottle.
It says best. What does it say?
No, old school.
Old school. That's right. Yeah,
King of old school.
Yeah, because that was his gimmick.
Yeah, my girlfriend asked me about it the other day. I told her, and she was like, and you have it why?
Because it's awesome.
It's like, you don't get it. You don't get it.
You like asked the guy. You asked the guy who was cleaning the ring. You're
Yeah.
like, hey, can I get that? Can I get that over there? It was fun though. It was a great show. Like Rob Van Dam was there. Tommy Dreamer was there. Like, but it was the Bronco Bowl, which I don't know if this is. I'm really dating myself here because it's been out of business
closed
for
for
like
a
20
long
years. But it was a huge venue.
Yeah.
And there was probably like maybe 1,000 people
Maybe.
there. Like,
Where
if
was
that.
it?
It's in Dallas.
Loop 12
They
and
demolished it.
Oh,
yeah, it's like
yeah,
it's like a Lowe's or a Home Depot now.
But to be able to be like, we saw ECW
Yeah,
like
yeah.
back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
It's really cool, and it has that feel. It absolutely has that feel to it, 100%.
yeah, and MLW's actually coming back in September, I believe, as well.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm going. I think I'll be helping with the ring crew and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Oh, well then I might
And
also
hopefully
do
I can get them to unblock me on Twitter.
They blocked it?
So they blocked me. I mean, we're going off the deep rails. We're just having fun. But funny story with that. So my Twitter account was the original Indie Wrestling Expo Twitter.
Right.
And when me and my partner were kind of like, what are we doing and stuff, like I told him, like, I know I'm going to be running regularly, so I would like to use this Twitter for, it's in my name and stuff. So I just transitioned it to Pele Pro. And, but prior to that, we were at the, it's called the Night Tech Center. We ran there August 20th and 29th of last year for the first one. And the idea behind that was, well, there's been no live wrestling. Let's do a big, like, expo style show. It didn't really draw to what we thought. I mean, part of it was I'm still learning how to promote. I mean, I think it'll be an evolving process, so you never really know it. But what happened was, because we didn't have any footage, we like used promo stuff from like AEW, like little clips, and like, whatever. I mean, but the funny thing was, I think it was a combo of us using MLW footage, booking all their champions, except for their tag team champions. We didn't book them, but we had Myron Reed, Alex Hammerstone, and Jacob Fatu. Yeah. We booked all their champions. He's so good. I'll get him back one of these days. Yeah. But all three of those guys, and then we also ran the venue that they normally run.
Right.
So I think it was just like, I don't know what happened, but it's funny because I'm blocked by MLW and what's his name that owns it?
Corbauer.
Yeah. So I tweet at. I don't know how that works if I can tweet at them, but I'm trying to get somebody to get them to unblock me because I love their product.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So good.
Well, then I'm your number 2. I'll work on that.
Yeah.
That's true. You can tweet at him.
Yeah.
Thus concludes the MLW side portion.
So speaking of, let's get back to State of Emergency. Did I do it right?
Yeah.
All right, great. So Cam Cole is the new champion.
Yeah.
He's also Booker T's Reality Wrestling champion.
Yeah.
As of recording time, we never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Who's he going to be facing in State of Emergency?
So he's going to be facing Fuego del Sol.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that should be a hell of a match.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fuego's worked for me on 2 of the shows. It's actually, it's kind of funny that he's one of those guys that I didn't think I'd get all the time, and I've only missed one booking with him, and I didn't even reach out to him for that one. I was just full already. But he's going to be on pretty much all our next couple shows.
Nicest guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sweetheart. Absolute sweetheart.
That's what. So I haven't been obviously to many backstage areas of wrestling, but you hear the stories. We've heard the stories forever that it can be quite toxic because you have a bunch of alpha guys and guys that they're all wrestling for themselves. They want to get over.
They're independent contractors, right? So like they got to get themselves over.
Yeah.
So that's how the business is.
Exactly. But like the 3 times I've been backstage, everybody could not have been nicer.
That's awesome.
Especially to somebody who's never been in the business but has been a fan for 35 years.
And you've been in the locker room where we've had some stuff. Not our show, but the other show that we were on. But anyway, Fuego del Sol, he's 2-0 with Pele Pro, and little kayfabe. Our GM Nastico has ordered that matchup as Cam Cole's first title defense. But
nice.
I'm telling you right now, Cam Cole, this dude, there's a reason there's belts on him. Like this guy
he has an incredible look. Like I was just looking at because he was like you guys talked about the flyer, and I was like, oh yeah, it did pop to me because I was like, oh yeah, it's like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the website, and I was like, oh my god, Cam Cole, look at that guy. That guy's a star.
Yeah. Big time.
He's got written all over him, and I don't know if he'd be mad at me telling this story, but I think he would have been over bigger on Dark when he worked. He worked Orange Cassidy, and he told me they had this great spots planted, and AEW said no because they didn't. But he does like a little vape gimmick,
which is awesome.
So he was gonna blow the vape in Cassidy, who was all about it. He's like, oh, and I'll just no sell it, just no big deal. And it was gonna be this great thing.
Sure,
and
it
like,
sounds great. I'm into it.
But they just said no, whatever. But Cam Cole to me, I work with a variety of guys, and so anyone that hears this, understand I'm just saying generalities, but I like working with guys that I think have it written on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Obviously, I kind of take this is kind of dumb to say, but I take the Jimmy Johnson when he was at University of Miami approach.
Oh.
I don't want guys just to play Saturdays. I want guys that can play Sundays.
Yeah.
So I want guys that can't just wrestle on Friday nights.
Yeah.
I want guys that can wrestle Sunday
Yep.
Mania. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I want guys that I could see working a Mania.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Although Mania is so big nowadays.
Oh yeah.
but anyway, but like Cam Cole to me is just like I've seen this guy get so many little things over. He got a crowd to chant like "You like cookies."
Yeah.
Because he was doing this thing with a cookie, and it was just like a totally impromptu, not a part of his gimmick, and it got him over as kind of a heel. And he's wrestled Jason Taylor, and he pinned Mike Bennett, and then he pinned Sam Adonis in my last show. Did you see how that ended?
I didn't know.
He was great.
Let me explain real briefly because it was so much fun.
Yeah.
So Jeff Cobb, Sam Adonis went 20 minutes, gave him 5 extra minutes, and then GM Nastico came out and said, "Listen, you guys have gone 25. Nothing's gotten finished. We're gonna make this a triple threat. Here comes Cam Cole." They beat him up for like 2 of the minutes. He's like, because he was already tired from his match with Jake something. So anyway, then Jeff hits Sam with the Tour of the Islands, which is just a phenomenal, cool move.
I love it.
And then Cam throws Jeff out of the ring, pins Sam 1, 2, 3, steals it, walks away from it. That was fun.
Perfect heel.
It
was fantastic.
Yeah.
I loved it.
That, like what you're saying, like that. Now I'm gonna go watch it. Number one.
Yeah.
But number 2, it sounds fun. It sounds like everything you kind of love about pro wrestling, right there.
Yeah.
The best part about that was, and again, we're meandering, but the best part about that was like my shows. I like attracting non-wrestling people. Mm-hmm. We have a good percentage of people that I would say will say something along the lines of, "I don't watch Raw. I don't watch what's AEW.
Right.
What's Impact. I don't. What are these things? I watched it in the '90s, or I've never watched it, or whatever.
Yeah.
But when Pele Pro puts on a show, I'll go to that because either Kyle or John has sold it well, or I know them, or I was at Legal Draft, saw the poster, and you know what? That's a lot of fun. So we have a lot of fans that I think are like. They're not smart marks.
Yeah,
they're just people that are there for a good show.
They want the entertainment.
Yeah, they want to have fun.
And so like when Cam won the belt, like you had kind of a funny reaction. Like if you watch the video, there's a kid. I think he's the owner's son. I couldn't really tell, but he's like excited.
Yeah.
Like he was like jumping up and down. And I was like, oh, I don't think he knows, but like I don't care. Like he's happy. But most of the crowd was like booing, which is obviously what I want.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But either way, it got a reaction.
Yeah.
And it was fun. And I think wrestling fans, when that happened, knew what was going down.
Oh, of course.
But like the people that don't, again,
Surprise.
they were like, "Oh, it's a triple threat. What's going to happen?" And blah, blah, and within 2 minutes, it's like, "Oh wow, that totally changed." So it was a lot of fun. But yeah, now Cam Cole's our champ, and like I said, I'll put it this way: I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't have our belt for long, just
because he's not.
He's got other stuff
Yep.
going.
Because obligations will send him elsewhere.
Which is, obviously, like what you want for guys, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
You want them to like do well and move up and get more well known and become the superstars that you know that they can be.
Yeah.
And I've tried to explain this, like John now being on the team, like our philosophy is basically be excited when guys tell you, "Hey, I can't take this booking."
Sure.
Or "Hey, this is going to be my last one," or "Hey, I got to drop the belt." And big hug, handshake, more than happy for you. I mean, there's always, that's the friend part. I mean, obviously there's the promoter/booker part.
Where
That's
you're
like,
"Ah, man, that
well,
sucks," but
or at least I got to adjust.
yeah.
Okay,
Right.
But that's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, it's indie wrestling. There's right now everything's so hot. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've been so blessed that I've got so many. Like Jacob Fatu, I got his phone number. I can call him anytime and be like, "Hey man, are you free this date?" He might not be.
Sure.
But at least I got his number.
Yeah, the fact that you couldn't, it's a possibility.
Yeah.
At the very least, which is, Jacob Fatu in Arlington, Texas. Are you kidding
I
me?
would love that. Yeah. I'm excited to see him in person too. I haven't seen him yet. I didn't get to go to the last expo.
Oh, that's
so
fine. That's
yeah,
We
or the
saw
first
him
one.
at MLW.
Yeah, but he was in some weird.
It
match.
was like a cage match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like a cage match with the Von Erichs.
Yeah.
Well,
Which is fun.
I hate to not plug our show, but he will be wrestling Will All Day August 6th in Fort Worth.
Isn't that's the 7th?
6th or 7th, whatever that Saturday.
Yeah,
is.
that's 7th.
So
Yeah, because I was like, because I think you said I could work that one, and I got excited because I was like, oh, it's my birthday.
I'll have
weekend.
a microphone for you on that one.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's my birthday weekend, so I was like, oh, I get to see Jacob Fett too, also.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
You tell him it's your birthday and let him do a move on you.
I mean, I'll take the
Take
splash.
that
It's not a big deal. Yeah. He wants to
Some point
moonsault
we'll
me.
do that. So.
Yeah.
But anyway.
He's already booking in his head. Look at him.
Well, it's funny because like
How can we get the backstage guy out
there's
front?
you're already involved too much because now I've called you like twice a day every day.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sure I don't know what my long-term plans are on this, but like I have got to like I'm just like a creative juices guy.
Sure.
So like
Oh, I get it.
It just like this will pop in my head. I'm like,
This is a good idea. What do you think?
Yeah.
this is a good idea.
Yeah, like I asked the other day, I asked you about Terry Funk, and I'm like, what? Why? He just happened to scroll up on my stream because I think it was right before he was sick, but
Yeah.
I saw that he had all his stuff up on Pro Wrestling Tees. I was like, oh man, could we get Terry Funk? I just want to meet him, really, but it'd be great for the fans.
Retirement.
Yeah. That's exactly what it'd be.
It's funny because like I have the what was the Barely Legal, the original
97,
ECW.
yeah.
It's like, God, that was like 25 years
Right.
ago.
And he was in his 50s then.
Yeah.
And he worked a barbed wire death match with Sabu like a year later. Or whatever.
I show people that match on a regular, not a
So
regular.
is that the
but
one where he ripped his bicep?
Sabu did. He's
bicep?
he's taping it up
yeah.
as he takes a pile driver. Which is the best.
The story he tells on what was it wasn't the ECW.
Oh, it was a hardcore.
Forever
Yeah,
Hardcore.
Forever Hardcore.
He tells that story. It's just like he's just laughing about it because he's like saying something like he's telling Fonzie, his manager.
Yeah.
He's like, "Give me some tape." He's like, "I don't have any tape." He's like, "Come on, Fonzie, work with me." It's like such a funny like. I'm sure that happened. I'm sure you can find it in the match. And at the time, he wasn't probably happy. But it's funny that he's laughing about his bicep got ripped.
Oh, you see him shouting, like I think in the match. He's like shouting, like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." You can't hear what he's saying, but you know he's mad.
Right.
I mean, I would be too. My bicep got ripped open by some barbed wire.
So, State of Emergency is going to
Love
be
this gimmick, by the way.
at 360 Arena.
Yeah.
Is this now the home for
Yeah,
Pele
I
Pro
think
Wrestling?
so.
Okay.
We sat down with the owner, Clarence.
Yeah.
They're a really the kind of short version of their story is I'm sure you want to get them on. So I won't
without a
spoil
doubt.
it. But they were that old. They were a flight deck.
Yeah, the trampoline
Yeah,
park.
it was a trampoline
Oh,
park.
yeah, over on Cooper and
Yeah, Cooper and 20. Right by the, there's a Party City. There used to be a Macaroni Grill.
Yep. Right
Fridays
before
right
all
behind
the
them.
car dealerships and stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how it happened, but the flight deck closed or whatever. Clarence bought it. He owns, I think he owns or he manages, I'm not sure exactly the situation, but he does a thing called 360 Volleyball, which is like club volleyball. And so he made this big, really cool volleyball. I think they got like 5 or 6 courts.
Yeah.
And it's a cool, like they got a little bit of a gym and the spin cycle or cycle studio.
Yeah,
and
they got
then-
like a studio in the back.
yeah, and then they've got the concessions area and stuff like
Right.
that. So it's just a cool little venue, but the upside of it is he really wants to do stuff like this. He wants to do, we're trying to do some other unrelated wrestling stuff, but I'm helping them kind of fill some dates with some stuff.
It's a pretty cool place.
seems
But
like,
it's
it
cool.
seems like a
It's-
cool
it-
multi-purpose place.
He
Yeah.
really wants it to be like a legit arena. So like they actually just put up a beautiful new sign. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
if you saw that, but it's really nice. So I'm hoping that becomes kind of a staple of Arlington. And we're planning on doing a Mania show there.
Cool.
And, yeah, we got some plans in place. So
Also, I mean, it's also great for something in South Arlington because, again, most things will be happening up here in North Arlington. So South Arlington needs that love, and it's right there on 20.
yeah, it's a good little spot. I think it'll
Yeah.
be really cool.
So after State of Emergency,
Yeah.
what does the schedule of shows look like for the rest of the year?
So we just announced we're going to be not plugging Arlington. We're going to be going to Las Vegas.
We're going to Vegas,
We're
baby.
going to Vegas.
Are you going?
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah,
Nice.
we got a shot.
We're going there, and then we're going to Chicago the night.
Dang,
Yeah.
I feel like we got a
jet
shot.
setting.
We're gonna shot recreate the Hangover scene with all of us.
Yeah.
I really want to do that. I'm gonna
Brody's
get
gonna
the.
call me and go, we messed up, Daryl. We messed up
But
bad.
yeah, so little. I'll tell the quick version of that. But Future Stars of Wrestling, I've talked with them before. They're kind of what I call like a super indie.
Yeah, yeah.
And talked with them before. Joe DeFalco and Joey DeFalco, his son. And so SummerSlam is that weekend on a Saturday. And they just asked, like, would you want to promote this? And I hemmed and hawed about it, and I figured out a way to make it work for all parties involved. And so we're bringing our champion, Cam Cole.
Yep.
I'll drop this. I don't think anyone will mind, but I think he's gonna go against Willie Mack.
Ooh.
So that'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
So that'll be fun.
Man, Willie Mack is amazing.
I think that's gonna be the co-main event. Maybe the main event. I don't know.
Okay. Main event in our hearts.
Yeah, Chandler Hopkins is coming with. I won't announce his opponent yet, and then Mysterious Q too. So 3 guys that are. Q's only worked for me once, but he's locked in for our next couple dates. So I think he was a good representative, even though he's done only one show with us. Whereas
he was with the New Texas
Pro, and he just lost their title in a classic match.
And he had the title for over 600 days.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But he'll be a Pale Pro regular, or Pele Pro. Sorry, there it is. See, there it is. I told you it'll happen. But then Chandler is like legitimately, he's like our heart and soul. Like he is everything that our company wants to be about. So had to bring him. So we're gonna be there. It's No Peace Underground. I almost did it again. Pele Pro. Thank you. Pele Pro, and then Glory Rising Pro. I think is the name of the show. And so. It's called Code Red. It'll be in Vegas. We'll be announcing details. So if you're coming to SummerSlam, come a day early. Yeah. It's like a 1 p.m. show on Friday, so it'll be fun. But we'll be doing that, and then that sandwich between our next show at the 360 Arena. I think I can say the name of it is going to be Game Over. I'm sorry. Cheat Code.
Cheat Code.
Cheat Code. So it'll be Cheat Code. You'll like the poster when you see it.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's pretty cool. And now. We'll have Lance Archer.
Cool.
We have at least one Dark Order member.
Okay.
Working on a few.
Yeah.
Can't promise the Dark Order, but I can promise.
Dark Order.
I can I can. And then Fuego will be there. Davey Richards will be there.
Yeah. I'm very excited about that one.
Warhorse, bringing him back. So a lot of good people coming in, and that'll be September 18th, 360 Arena. November 20th. The tentative plan is to be back at Legal Draft for an outdoor show.
Oh, cool.
And then I'm excited to announce January 15th, our 1-year anniversary show. That'll be probably back at 360 Arena.
Makes sense.
We haven't worked that out yet, but
outside in January is not a good place for anybody. Yeah.
So, and then I think we'll just, like I said, we'll be pretty much 6 weeks or so every.
Right here in Arlington.
Right here in Arlington.
And Las Vegas.
For at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wink, wink. Not always Arlington, but we got some plans.
But the fact that it's in Arlington sometimes is really.
Yeah.
I would expect us to do 4 shows a year at
That's
minimum.
quarterly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I get a wrestling show every 4 months. I'm into it.
Done. PCW was the last Arlington one we even had here.
Yeah, they would do it.
I mean,
like
VIP did some stuff here, but yeah, this one is here in Arlington, and it's, we've had the conversation. Kyle, you said you want to make this part of the community, and you want to help make Arlington better as well. And then obviously that's everything we want to do.
Yeah. And not to sound like money grabbing or anything, but like, definitely we'd love to be like sponsoring or sponsored by, and actually maybe in some cases sponsoring too. We'd like to be part of the community. We want to be known as something that is like Arlington is our home base, and like if we ever do a show outside of here,
it's pro wrestling, though. Right.
but for like, I mean, I would imagine whether it's the 360 Arena or Legal Draft or wherever, like we're gonna be like, I'm proud of being a part of Arlington.
Good.
I moved here about 11 years ago, and I've lived in different parts, but I've worked in Arlington. I've basically been in Arlington the whole time I've lived in Texas, and love being part of the community. So whether it's Legal Draft or some of the other sponsors we have, 360 Arena or whatever, like we love being part of it.
Exactly. Well, I mean, we sponsor you. I also work for you, so it's a fun hand
you
in hand.
work with me. You don't work for me.
Good. Okay, you said it earlier, and I was like, I guess I work for him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I did, I guess I did say that.
I didn't get your coffee.
I should have said
sorry.
if you work. I should have said if you work for Poly. Oh my God! I swear, like, listen, it happens every time. I need to like tattoo it on my wrist or something. Like every time.
Right there. Pele. I have had people ask, so like the soccer player? I was like, name-wise, yes, but not. It's not a company built around this guy.
He's not happy with it.
Although he might draw really well. I don't know.
I mean, if we could do an all-Brazilian show, we could potentially just put him on the poster. I think it'd be fine.
Yeah, it would draw so well.
Exactly. We'd have to have an indoor soccer place, but it'd be okay.
Yeah, but it'd be cool. But we love being part of Arlington, and it's a fun city. I love 360 Arena. I think that'd be a good home base. But we probably will try other stuff too.
Sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if it maybe in a few years, what it looks like is 4 shows a year at 360, one or 2 at Legal, and then maybe 1 big show somewhere else.
Yeah.
And we all know there's plenty of
There are plenty of places.
plenty of places.
Yes.
So they're just expensive.
Yes, they are. Arlington's proud of that real estate.
Yeah,
So-
unless they want to be a sponsor, and that's what they help give us. But anyway, if people want to buy tickets to the next show and find you guys on social media and YouTubes and all that, where do they go?
All right. Well, you help me if I forget one.
Okay, go ahead.
So tickets at Pale. That is actually
That-
Pale Pro.
yeah, you can't put it on
that's,
that, you
That's palepro.com. So that's
No tilde there.
PALEPRO.com. We do have a promo code. I don't mind sharing it on this.
Go for it.
Streets. I think it's either Streets or Street.
I think it's Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So promo code Street at checkout gets you a little discount. I won't say what it is, but it's pretty good. But that's for tickets. You can also walk up, get tickets.
Right.
If you know John, you can also hit him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit me up. Bother the hell out of me about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then for social media, we're on Twitter at Pale Pro Wrestling with no G.
Yeah.
And then Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff.
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
There you go.
Yep. YouTube might be Pale Pro.
Oh, you can actually put the.
Yeah, I think it is actually that way. I mean, again, if you search it, you'll find it.
Right.
Yeah,
promise.
I searched it in Google, and all of it came up.
Yeah,
So
we're
100%.
really fortunate that that's, it's. I bound down to my tech overlords. Like, I'm very grateful to Google. Please don't hurt us.
Yeah. Now, also, if in case they're hearing this and they can't make it out to Arlington, they can order on Fight, right?
Fight TV.
There you go.
Yeah, I think it's a $10 show.
Yeah.
And then
You get great commentary by who's.
we're gonna have Chris Russo back,
There
and
you go.
he's bringing up somebody. I forget his name,
Oh.
but from Reality Wrestling.
Okay.
And then I think September we will be solidifying our commentary team with Brittany Nicole and Chris Russo. I think that'll be our one and only
That'd be
commentary
good.
team going forward.
I saw her. She did. She worked with Reality recently.
Yep.
Yeah.
She does Mission Pro, Reality Wrestling, VIP. I think she's done once or twice.
Maybe. I mean,
Maybe.
I don't think I've seen
She
her.
also does the Indie Expo too.
Yeah.
I only ever see
SWE.
VIP live, so I don't ever get
Oh,
it.
yeah. Good point.
Which speaking of, I think because VIP's on this is what I remember, but we're also on Title Match.
Oh, cool.
So I like that kind of relationship because Fight is more like one-off because I don't think they have a subscription. They maybe do.
I don't remember.
I think it's one-off.
Yeah, and then so Title Match is better for replays because it's subscription based.
Right.
So if you already are a subscriber to Title Match Wrestling, then you can check us out on there too. So
Nice.
yeah,
I think that's everything.
Yeah. That's all the questions.
we never went through the card.
Well,
Yeah,
if
go
you
for it,
have
go
you
for
haven't solidified
Yeah,
it, go
I-
ahead.
I
Yeah.
just was lazy. We were just kept
I
talking.
mean, we're promoting about
Yeah.
state of emergency.
State of emergency.
So I'll just kind of go through it. So our we're gonna have a 4-man match. It might be elimination. It might be a scramble style. But we're gonna have Jay Alexander, Chris Cruz, Mysterious Q, and Mil Mortes. And 3 of those guys are actually debuting for us. So that'd
Yeah,
be really cool.
Chris Cruz is actually he calls himself the Kiwi nurse.
Yep.
So
Yep.
he's also
The Latin male nurse.
Latin male nurse. So
So
trained
Jay
by
Al-
Fale, I believe, is what it says on his Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah, Jay Alexander. This guy's got a great look.
Oh man.
Funny story with him. So we also have Josh Alexander on the card, and I was going back and forth with Will all day, and he was just saying Jay Alexander. So I was assuming we were talking about the same guy, and it turns out we weren't. But I booked them both.
Yeah.
So there's Jay Alexander, and then there's J. Alexander, Josh Alexander, I guess is what you said.
We need to get them together. We need that picture. We need
Yeah.
to figure something out. We'll figure it out
Jay's
sometime.
Alexander.
Jay
Yeah.
Jay hasn't. I think he's popped up on like Reality Wrestling and Lions Pro.
Yeah.
This guy's. If he works as good as he looks, like again, future star, right?
Right.
Sure.
Also, in case some people may not know, Reality Wrestling is owned by Booker T. A lot of people know who Booker T is. So
Five
you're
times.
Five times. Also, King Booker.
King Booker. It's the best.
I loved
Man,
it.
that was like perfect
Yeah.
gimmick for him
Oh,
like
so
back in the
fun.
day.
Yeah.
So then we also have the aforementioned Kevin Lee Davidson, KLD, going against Gideon Van. That's a big boy matchup.
Yeah. Gideon was at the last show.
Yep, Gideon was at the last show. Had a lot of. He almost killed a fan.
But they made,
Legitimately?
well,
That's okay. You don't need to give me the story.
Let's save that story for another time. Everything was taken care of, but let's just put it this way: that was a moment where I was like, "Thank God I have insurance." Oh my God.
Go back and watch it on title match. And
You'll see what I'm saying. It's very awkward, but
she couldn't have been nicer afterwards.
She was drinking beers backstage with them, so she was pissed. But then,
good.
Anyway, so then we have, I think, one of the more anticipated matchups is Chandler Hopkins, Heart and Soul of Pele Pro, versus the Savage Gentleman, Peanut Butter Warrior, Victor Benjamin. And I can promise you, you ever see the New Japan matches where they're like afterwards, they're like their chest is all scarred up? That is gonna be this one. They're going to hurt each other. That's gonna be fun.
We need to get pictures of Chandler. I'm sure it's Chandler because he's very pale.
Oh yeah.
So we'll get pictures of him.
He's very pale, not Pale.
Well, also
he is very Pele.
He is very Pele. Yeah.
Pele. Yeah.
Pele is also the king of Texas Strong Style.
Yes.
Yes. So it's the home.
Yeah, we're branding ourselves.
I love it.
Yeah.
He told me about it, and I was like, I'm here for it.
To be fair, though, I was like, I took it off our Twitter because I'm like, I think I need to research strong style. Like, I know what it means, but, like, I'd like to, like, if we're going to brand ourselves that, like, we really got to make sure, like, we know what we're doing.
Yeah,
you know?
fair.
But we have some thoughts about it.
But this will be a very strong style match.
This is absolutely a Texas strong style.
Yes. And then we got the Magnificent Malago going against Richard Holiday of MLW.
Fun.
That's going to be fun. If you haven't seen Malaco,
I love him.
Malaco's
bar none, best promo you've never, like, best promo.
Yeah.
Like, I think he could be in the WWE right now, just like
100% agree.
Yeah.
But he's a clown, but he's an evil clown, and it's the best.
But you like him.
Yes, exactly.
Like Doink, but not as like
comical.
I would agree with that.
And he hates when I say this, but because he was doing it before him, and he's got the dreads. But it's like kind of the Fiend / Doink.
Yeah.
So like not as over the top as the Fiend, which I love. But not as goofy as Doink.
Right.
And he. Clear heel Doink, not stupid face.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Him feuding with Crush.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one that debuted, and you were like, "What is this?"
He's going against Richard Holiday, which some people from that went to the MLW show in Dallas or watch MLW will obviously know who he is.
Yep.
But again, another guy that's like he's coming in from Connecticut, but this guy star written all over.
Agreed. 100%.
Yeah. So and then we got Gino Medina versus Chimera. I don't think it's a problem to say Chimera is actually Ricardo Rodriguez, but I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think anyone that's listening to this is going to be like, oh, I had no idea.
This is news to me.
Is it really?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, no. But, that'll be a fun match. So, and then we've got, I think this will be our co-main event, probably. Beastman. Oh, actually, one other one. Izzy James. We haven't announced this one, so that's why I was kind of. We got Izzy James going against Josh Alexander. And again, if Josh defends his title successfully,
he's still going to have it at the.
That should be for the X Division.
I will also say that will be Texas Strong Style. I'm just going to say.
Yeah.
Those guys are going to hurt each other.
So, and then Beastman Husk, who's actually
he's returning.
Pele Pro regular. Yeah. If I'm stumbling before I say something like that, I promise you it's because my brain is not. I'm messing up. Pele Pro, he's a regular. He's only missed one show with us, this last one, so he's going to be regular, coming in from the deepest, darkest parts of West Virginia, which is probably my favorite original Bill From place. Like, I love, every time I hear somebody say that, I'm like, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen him, by the way, like...
He's a lot of man.
Well, I'm telling you guys this because nobody, like, by the time this is dropped, nobody cares. He's debuting in MLW tonight.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I was texting him. I saw something on Facebook. I kind of assumed anyway, just like when MLW said they're doing the battle, what do they call it? The Battle Riot?
Oh, yeah, Battle Riot.
Yeah, so it's like a Royal Rumble, like 40 men. I was like, I guarantee. I was like, I know Beastman's going to get asked to be a part of that. He might not have a contract, but I
still
knew
cool, though.
Yeah, it's still really cool. And he's a big boy. He's athletic, and he's just got a great gimmick. Like he is exactly one of those kinds of guys that he doesn't need to win or lose. He's just a presence.
Yeah.
So I was actually mad at a ref because he does this thing where in his entrance, he climbs to the top rope and he jumps down. And in my opinion, the ref needs to fall over. And then, so like on the first show, the guy kind of like sold it a little bit, and I was just like, dude, you gotta fall over. So remind me to tell our refs that when he works next, So anyway, sorry, insider.
Yeah, we definitely.
You're welcome.
And then so Beastman Husk is going against, ironically, an MLW guy. They might mix it up tonight. maybe they'll.
Oh, I'm sure they'll have a standoff.
Calvin Tankman. So
Ah.
that'll be fun. Because I think Tankman, he's worked Texas before, but I think mostly Houston. Obviously,
Yeah.
in he may have been here when MLW was, but this might be his like DFW kind of debut.
That's
Not sure.
it's big.
Yeah.
And he's a big dude. There's gonna be a lot of man meat in there.
Oh yeah, like we've got like 2 like legit super heavyweight kind of matchups,
yeah.
and that one in particular, like that would be the kind of like if the ring broke, I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
So, but then and then finally we got Fuego del Sol taking on Cameron Cole for the Pele Pro Championship.
It's a good looking belt too. Fuego, he's gonna bring it. He always
He's
does.
absolutely going to bring it.
He hit the Tornado DDT on Dark this week, but he's pinned a couple guys on our shows with it. So
He's the king of the Tornado DDT.
Gotta watch
Master.
out for it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Master.
Master
It's
and
way better than king.
Master and Defender.
That's right.
No, it'd just be funny if it was like.
I was like, oh.
I like when
changed
guys
it.
have the like overly exaggerated
Sure.
long
Yeah.
nickname. It's
Yeah.
like Fuego, the master of the tornado DDT, Del Sol. It's like, oh boy.
Yeah, good luck putting on a T-shirt.
So, yeah, it took us the whole podcast to get to the.
That's okay. we'll put it in the intro and stuff too.
I
Yeah,
can't
without a doubt.
decide. I can't. No one's given me an honest opinion. I've been on a lot of podcasts in the last year. I can't tell if I'm a good interviewer or a bad one because I meander so much.
I think it can be both, but it's good. It's mostly good.
Yeah.
It's never bad to be like, oh, we're having a good conversation.
Right.
I know we want to talk about this, but so I have these questions I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my whole thing is if I'm on here with you and me, it's more like we're just having dialogue.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like I feel like as a promoter, I should be on. I listen to Dana White for promoting tips sometimes.
I can understand that.
So I
he's
curse a
one of the
lot
best.
He's
less.
one of the best.
Sure.
I swear way less than him. But like, there's definitely an element of like, whenever he's on anything, it's always here's the next match, here's the next thing, here's the next.
Yeah,
whatever.
he's
So-
a good promoter like that.
But I just like talking.
Sure,
I love
me
talking
too.
wrestling.
Me
Yeah,
too.
we had a podcast
yeah.
for wrestling, and then COVID happened, and we
Shut it down.
went away for a little while. But yeah, I could talk about wrestling for. I have wrestling tattoos, so
Yeah, as do I.
clearly.
What do you
I'm-
got?
I just have the Too Sweet actually, but still, I have one
Yeah, and I got
wrestling tattoo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, with the belt on top.
that's dope.
Oh.
I was gonna say, like, you have 2 wrestling tattoos.
I want the Japanese masks.
John's one of my favorite kind of tattooed guys because like we were out talking to some potential sponsors and we were talking to a tattoo parlor.
Oh, Sparrows.
And you said something. Yes, shout out to Sparrows.
Yeah,
Come
shout out to Sparrows.
Sponsor our show.
Yeah.
But you were saying how you're tatted up and you're like
He's
you're
like,
kind of the guy
"What?"
like I feel like if you took off your shirt I'd be like whoa like whoa that's a lot of tattoos but like you're kind of like me like I've got 2.
Yeah, you pulled your shirt up the other day. And I was like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah,
you gotta.
I got gangland style tattoos too. Like the one as a lady described it, she's like, "Oh my god, it looks like they just butchered it on meat." I got it done in a dude's home, and he was
Sure.
boiling the needle on the stove top.
Oh, you were like, what am I getting
yeah.
myself into here?
I got my rib tattoo at he was my old tattoo guy, but at his house before he
Oh,
got
really?
in the actual place. But everything was super sterile. Like as soon as I walked in, I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
I got
I'm
the
fine.
one I got on my arm. I got when I was like 18 or whatever, and is a jiu-jitsu when I used to train jiu-jitsu, and he was boiling it on the stove top, and then the other thing that was funny was I paid him in McDonald's a pack of cigarettes and like $10.
Yeah.
It was like a $25 tattoo.
Well, on that note.
Yeah, that may or may not be scrubbed from the episode.
We will promise no tattoo artist will be at performing tattoos at Pele Pro Wrestling.
No
And if they
boiling
do,
needles.
it's done extremely safe,
Right.
Because they're an adequate sponsor.
Exactly. No at-home tattoo people.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah.
We will definitely have you back.
It's my pleasure,
I'm
guys.
excited about. I'm unfortunately not gonna make state of emergency, but September, I'll be there.
Cheat code.
And November 20.
I'll be at both.
Yeah, boom.
Yeah.
And you could walk to legal.
I could. I'm half a mile away.
Yeah, see, it's not far. Perfect.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to our guest this week. We are so excited that our very own Brody John is a part of Pele Pro Wrestling. Y'all check that out. I know there's hundreds of thousands of wrestling fans in the DFW area. You guys need to check this out. It's here, and it is cool. And come say hi to Brody John if you do.
Yeah. Suit.
So right before we give you some tea on it's not tea. It's just what's going on in Arlington this week. Do want to give a Patreon shout out to our backers Brian and Brandon McLaughlin. Thank you so much for the continued support. And if you haven't checked it out yet, we are on the verge of having our very first band content up. So exclusive content for that. So that'll be on the lookout for that, and just check it out. While you're checking out the Patreon, though, also check out every Monday is Trivia Night at Dr. Jekyll's.
That's right. And every second and fourth Tuesday at Create Arlington is their open mic and poetry night.
All right. Wednesday, you can go to Jambo's Barbecue and catch UTA's Jazz Night from 5:30 to 7:30.
And after you eat that big Texan sandwich we were talking about earlier in the show, and you're really full, and you go, you know what would be really great? More trivia at Division Brewing right after that from 7 to 9 p.m.
And then if you weren't done enough with open mics, every Thursday from 5 to 7, Grounds of Gold hosts their open mic. I host every other week.
Yeah, go see Brody there too. Man, you're a man about town.
I'm trying.
One Love Lounge is hosting Artist Love Night. It's also an open mic night every Thursday starting at 8 p.m.
And every first and third Friday, head over to Inclusion Coffee in downtown for their open mic night as well. Lots of them popping up, obviously, all over town. Cool things are happening. Cool things are afoot at the Circle K.
All right. So while you're doing all those things, you guys, we love Arlington. You love Arlington. So don't forget to go out and
make sure to eat local, drink local, and
go rediscover your city.
Tag us and send those pictures over to us on Facebook, Arlington Citizen Media, Twitter, ATX Citizen Media. Tag us on Instagram, Arlington Citizen Media, and send those pictures the old-fashioned way. Email arlingtoncitizenmedia@gmail.com. Also go to our website, www.arlingtoncitizenmedia.com. Don't forget to subscribe and give those 5-star reviews of the downtown at Apple Music, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and also hit us on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and YouTube.